Hi, I'm Bella and welcome back to another video in our Myriad Cloud tutorial series. In this video, we will be looking at how to set up Myriad Cloud to automatically download and ingest the latest episode from a podcast provider, which can then be automatically played on our station. In order to make use of this feature, you need to have Myriad Cloud Pro or Myriad Cloud Ultimate. Basic and standard users can also add the Auto Importer add-on to enable this feature for a small additional monthly fee. In this example, we will be downloading the latest episode from one of my favorite podcasters and ingesting it into a fixed media ID on the media wall. We can then add that media ID to a clock which is used to schedule content for a specific hour. Once set up, the system will automatically download and use the latest episode for broadcasting at the same time each week, without us needing to do anything further. So, let's begin. Log into the broadcast.radio portal and head to the dashboard. Click on the Settings and User Security button in the Broadcasting section. This module is used to control settings, manage users, and access tools, including the Auto Importer tool we will be using to set up the podcast episode import. In the Tools section, click on Auto Importer and then click on the New button to create a new import process, known as an importer group. Give the importer group a suitable name, and then select the option labeled Latest Episode from a podcast feed from the drop-down list. Click on the Next button to move on to the next step. Paste in the URL of the RSS feed file from your podcast provider, then click the Next button to move on. You can set the media type that the audio file should be set to, once imported. For example, if you are automatically importing pop songs from a provider, you could set the destination media type to be a song, and can even set the category to be pop. But in this example, we are importing a podcast, so we will leave the media type as the default basic media item. Click Next to proceed. The next page allows you to set where the audio file should be imported into, on the media wall. Your options are 1. The next empty media ID in the default range for the media type. 2. A specific media ID, or 3. The next empty media ID in a specific range. In this example, we want to set the episode to always be imported into the same media ID, which we will set as 5500. We also want to make sure to tick the option to allow the importer group to overwrite the item if it already exists, so the previous episode can be replaced with the latest audio. Finally, click on the Create Importer Group button to create the group and review the summary. You can review your settings and make any changes needed on the summary window. You can also adjust how regularly the importer group will check for new content. This can be restricted to a certain time each hour, a specific time each day, or every X minutes. If you make any changes, remember to click OK to save the settings. You can have multiple importer groups set up on your Myriad Cloud system. You can see a list of running groups and see a summary of the most recent imports for each group. You can also edit the settings for import groups or temporarily disable them using the toggle switch to the right of each importer group. We can see here that the latest episode has been imported into media ID 5500. Let's take a look at the media wall to confirm the audio has been imported. Head back to the dashboard and then click on the Upload and Manage Media button. In the More section, click on the Media Grid option to view the media wall. Click on the Jump button and type in the media ID, 5500 in this case. As you can see, the latest episode is on the media wall, waiting to be played. You can preview the audio by dragging it into the Preview Media player. The final step is to create a clock that can be used to schedule the latest episode to be played each week. We have looked at clocks in more detail in a previous video, but let's briefly review the process. Heading back to the dashboard, click on the Manage Schedule button. In the Clocks and Rules section, click on the Edit Clock Assignments option. Double-click your active clock assignment grid to access the clocks and the hours they are assigned to. Click on the New Clock button to create a new blank clock. Give the clock a suitable name. Set the clock type to Advanced Clock, and make sure you click on No when you are asked whether you want to automatically populate the clock. This will create an empty clock. Change the scheduled log mode to Auto Fade as we want this to be an automated show. Next, click on the Clock Items tab to start adding items to the clock. Find the Media Item option, and drag it into the main clock area. Click on the Media Item link and type in the media ID you want to use. In this example, we are using 5500. You can add any other clock items you need, such as jingles or adverts, but for now, we will only include the podcast episode. When you are happy, click on OK. You need to refresh the clock list to include your newly created clock. Finally, drag your clock into the hour or hours that you want to use it in your schedule. In this example, we will drag the My Podcast clock into the 4 p.m. hour on Saturday, which will result in the new podcast episode being played every Saturday at 4 p.m. Remember to click OK to save the clock assignments grid. Your Myriad cloud system is now configured to automatically download the latest episode from your podcast provider, import that audio into a fixed media ID on the media wall, and schedule the episode to play every Saturday at 4 p.m. You can set up as many auto-importer groups as you need, so you can include content from multiple podcast providers. Remember that you need to ensure you have the podcaster's permission to include their content in your station broadcast. For more video tutorials and help articles, visit our help portal using the link below, or check out our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and happy broadcasting.